I guess a lot of people ask me about my tattoos because I have quite a few of them and they're fairly obvious. So I could talk about my tattoos a bit. Why do I actually just stay with black work and where all the inspiration comes from and everything? Because I've heard so many times that, oh, they're so weird and they're not like the most common thing to get tattooed and everything. Well, the thing is, because I did study to be an art teacher and I did study art history and I'm really into art history. So a lot of my tattoos actually come from Middle Ages, Victorian, Renaissance, Baroque and so on. And I guess I started getting tattooed when I was 16, which was, yeah, it's illegal. Don't get tattooed when you're 16 because you'll get your tattoos into a lot of trouble. But yeah, I got my first tattoo when I was 16 and it was small 2 stars on my lower back where the little back dimples are. I skipped school to do it, didn't go to class, I just went to get tattooed and then did my back piece and got my stomach done, and then from there it's just like I started getting tattoos and kind of losing track what comes then, and you know, and I started like tattooing myself, which was kind of a good idea, you know, time practicing on yourself, but now sometimes looking at them I'm just like, yeah, I could do a bit better now. But they're still there to remind me like how kind of like shit I was, you know, how much I improved. A lot of my tattoos are religious, even though I'm fairly anti-religious myself. I do read a lot of old poetry like John Milton, Dante Alighieri and stuff like that, which is really religious text and it's inspiring for some reason. I don't know why. I'm so drawn to all like the end of the world, like the four horsemen and apocalypse and everything, but I am. And during that time, like during like woodcut drawings and everything, they would only use one colour. It would be wood carving, that basically a plate of wood where you would carve and then rub the colour on it and press it on a paper and make the picture. So everything would just be black line work. There wasn't any shading, there wasn't any colours, anything. And that's where my inspiration for all my tattoos comes from, and that's why I don't have any colour, I don't have any shading, everything's just black line work. Yeah, I have a lot of religious images like the tree from Eden, there's the snake. I'm gonna have Adam and Eve, but I haven't gotten around to actually getting them there. I have the Pope as a devil back here, with some pentagrams and the Horror of Babylon and some script from the Bible and John Milton's Paradise Lost. Long is the way and hard that out of hell leads up to light, which is true. Nothing in life comes cheap, and if you want to do something in your life, you just really have to work on it. It's going to be hard as hell, but just don't give up, because you'll make it in the end. I have true love in my knuckles, because with my hands I create what I love the most, which is my work. I'm a workaholic, I love it. Lost soul, because I feel like I pay the price with being such a workaholic, with, you know, having a limited amount of friends that are extremely good friends, but they're rare to find, and obviously like not often being in a relationship because, you know, work and friends come first, and then it's hard to kind of, you know, manage your time between, you know, I just love being single, I guess. I love my work, I love my friends too much to do anything else. I have some griffins in my arms, they're my guardians. I have Victorian ornaments because I just love the Victorian era and all of the detail and the filigree, it's so beautiful. I have Shakespeare on my stomach, to thy own self be true, which is, you know, I got that tattooed when I was maybe 18. I was really bullied for a really long time, like basically most of my adulthood and my childhood. And until I moved to Australia, and I was like, well, you know what, like, I'm a good person, like, you don't have any right to tell me otherwise, and why would I change myself to please others? Like, and since starting doing like Instagram and modeling and drawing, I found out that other people actually inspired to me, and I was like, and that's because I was true to myself. I didn't change myself to please the people, and just being who I am and speaking with my own voice, I actually ended up being 10 times happier. So to their own self be true. You'll find your friends, you'll find the people that cherish you for who you are by being yourself. Don't lie, don't deceive, don't try to make yourself to be anything else, because then you'll just make those friendships that don't last, because in the end, the true you will come true, that will come through. Sorry about my English. I have a lot of demons and angels and all that kind of stuff, and my first tattoo that I ever did on myself, I was really bored, and don't do home job tattoos. I'm a really good example of why not to do it. So I got really, really bored, and I actually tattooed my own name on my toes. I literally did not think anything better to do except do my toes. So it says Sara Fabel on my toes. Yay! And I have my party foot, where all my friends that don't tattoo me, just so I can remember them forever, and do the initials or do something fun or do something small in there. Yeah, eventually my left party foot will be also my right party foot when I ran out of space, but until then, you know, we'll stay with the left one. I have my chest, which says night is the darkest before the dawn, which is true. Like, shit happens and we all go through really fucking rough time, and the main point is you'll think, okay, I'm on the bottom now, like there's no way to get up, there's no way things are gonna get better, like everything's just shit, you just want to lay down and basically give up the game. But you know, like, the night is darkest before the dawn. If you just keep trying, keep pushing, and be like, tomorrow's gonna be a better day, have that attitude of I can make it, you know, like, just like same with being bullied, like every day going to school and being told you're fucking nothing, you're the ugliest fucking kid in the school, you're always gonna be shit, like going like best revenge is success, you know? And then you're just like, well, you know what? While you cool kids are hanging out with each other, I'm gonna be sitting here and drawing, and I'm gonna make something of myself, or I'm gonna study really hard to do this. Or it doesn't have to be like a creative field, even if you're like, well, I want to be a doctor. Well, fuck everybody else at your school, you know? Just go and study by your own and be like, well, guess what? I made it. You spend your time telling me I was nothing. I was there reading the books, and now I'm a doctor. And how did your life turn out, you know? Success is the best revenge. And, you know, just keep at it. On top of that, there's misanthropic, which is fairly true because I'm a loner. I like my alone time. Maybe it's because I had a hard time making friends as a kid because of the obvious circumstances. And I do hate the fact that there's so many people that think that the whole reason in life is just basically putting others down, like that it's going to make yourself look way better by making others look worse. Like, that's not how it should be. Like, you should be good because you're good and not because you're putting others down, you know? Like, don't compare yourself. Just compare yourself to your past and be like, okay, this is where I was, I can get up to here. And looking back a couple of years, it's like, well, I've already made that progress as an artist, in my career, or as a person, or in regards of your own personality, growing as a better person, you know? So my misanthropic tattoo is because I've encountered so many people that just, you know, not a good people, and overcome them and just come to the conclusion that there's a few good people, and it's better to have those handful of great friends than being like the social butterfly that, you know, I don't know, quality over quantity, I guess. You know? I have an all-seeing eye because I met this person in New Zealand that changed my life views, and he thought 100% opposite from everything what I thought. And I love meeting people like that challenge my views. And I kind of got that eye for that, because 3 months being in solitude, not knowing anybody, and then meeting this person who was completely the opposite of me, and having all these like conversations of life in general, like religion, like he was super religious, like extreme Christian, like full on, and I'm like a borderline Satanist, not really, but almost. And just having that kind of collision of how you think made me reevaluate my core beliefs and everything. Not that I would turn Christian, but just like respect other people and see their life and put myself in their shoes. So I got the eye for it because I felt like it was my second awakening. Hello, English. Hello. Second awakening. Yeah, I'm finished. English is my second language, so bear with me. Yeah, and it also has to do with Illuminati and everything, but mainly it was kind of like a representative of like a second awakening and finding yourself and finding your path, and, you know, believing yourself and kind of like opening your eyes to the world and not just things you were used to. I'm in the process of getting my hands tattooed. See these lovely puffy raised up things. It's really sore. I got them 2 days ago, and I had to get my hands, the tops done first because I tattoo, so I have my 2 weeks to heal them, so I don't have to go to the shop and deal with people's blood and everything while it's still healing. And then when I get back to work, I can actually finish my forearms, and they're inspired by a church I live next to in New Zealand, and they're just, I love churches and, you know, architecture and everything, so they're rose windows, and they're gonna continue a bit, and then I'm gonna have solid black and some negative space filigree in there. But it's a working process, and it's a painful working process, but it'll turn out good. At the moment I'm just waiting for the swelling to go down and do things with my hand without feeling crippled. Yeah, I think there's a lot of tattoos, and too many of them are like to actually tell the full story of them, but they all have stories behind them, and they all represent people or things or events in my life or places I've lived in, or just experiences in regards of like finding myself and finding my way through life, and I guess I'm gonna keep doing that. I don't care if people get tattooed without no particular reason behind the tattoo, like you could just appreciate the art. But personally for me, I feel like in a way I was born with every tattoo, and it's like with every tattoo it's more like scratching the surface layer off and revealing what's already in there. I guess that sounds really la-di-da to say that, but I don't see my tattoos, I don't consider myself to be tattooed in a way, like it doesn't really matter to me. I don't care if people have tattoos or not, like it's just ink, like who the hell cares if your skin's blue, black, freaking, or ornamented or coloured, or if it has freaking Donald Ducks on it, like it's just skin, like who cares, you know? And I just ended up looking like this, and will keep on transforming when it comes to my tattoos, and you know, keep adding to it until I'm covered, I guess. And then I don't know, maybe in the future they'll, I don't know, figure something crazy out, like embed new links to you so I can get like 2 more sleeves. I don't know. I don't think that far in the future. Well, I guess we'll see then.